222 for Theclan.
The enjoyment of being included in a team, being part of the whole team spirit and the team ethos, it's very important.
He came along to watch Callum on a Monday training and just be talking to different folk, started to come every week.
You can see it develop, see the social development, the health development, the mental well-being. But at the time I was doing it, I thought, can we just get people playing a game, was what we thought about.
Men practicing their rugby skills, a common enough sight across the land, but the players from this team are leading the way in a programme that has helped the development of people with additional needs.
I think it's absolutely fantastic. You know, you see a lot of the players here, and you hear the stories about sort of participants who wouldn't even run, who are now running around, throwing the rugby ball, hitting tackle bags. There's others who it's their first opportunity to play in a team, and I think this gives them chances that nothing else would.
Started back in probably 2010. I was living in Spain, and I was doing some volunteer coaching with local clubs out there, and there was lots of different kids from different nationalities that wanted to play rugby, but what there was missing was quality coaching. There was coaches that were there, but there was no sort of support network for the coaches. So because my background's been in personal development and coaching for people, and my son was playing, I decided to help out by trying to create a bridge with some of the people I knew in Scotland to Valencia on coach education. And that's what really started us off, was bringing different individuals and communities together through playing rugby and sharing best practice, if you like. Then in 2012 we were back in Scotland, and I was helping my wife with Independence, doing a sort of an education project with the NHS here, St. and I met Helen Lynn, who's a clinical director for learning disability services in Ayrshire and Arran, and I said, what's this about? She said, really trying to do different activities to get adults with learning disabilities active. And I said, have you ever thought about doing rugby? And she laughed because she's a rugby fan, but she thought, it's not a bit risky. And I said, well, we could try it. And that's really where the whole idea came from.
The development of the Clan and Try Rugby has led to a growing number of teams not only in Scotland but through the rest of Britain and Ireland and into Europe.
We've got, at the moment, we've got Edinburgh Clan, Ayrshire Clan. We've now just started the Glasgow Clan. We've also, a hybrid has came up in Shropshire, and we've now got a unified team over in Valencia, so that's what we've got. But we've just recently been approached by World Rugby to look at what we're doing and maybe get some support from them to help us expand it and expand the coach education model elsewhere. So it is getting recognition through rugby circles. There are other initiatives out there, which is what we're linking with, but we are the only project in Scotland.
It's basically the same as every other rugby team, with some modernised rules. One of the couple of rules is we have uncontested scrums, so that just keep the game go flowing. We don't have to specialise in scrums, and also we have people wearing red caps. They are more vulnerable players, and as it says, red kind of brings out the warning sign. That's why we use red caps, and it means that if someone's running towards them or they're going to tackle someone, they maybe just a scry tackle or just grab them, take them to the deck rather than a full tackle.
Just because someone's got a learning disability or a disability of some sort doesn't mean they can't take a full part in sport. The enjoyment of being included in a team, being part of the whole team spirit and the team ethos, it's very important. And just because you're slightly less capable of running at 100 miles an hour doesn't mean that you cannot take part in the sport. The boys who are experienced rugby players get a lot from this as well, because they love the game and they love putting something back into the sport, so everybody wins.
People have been referred to us by the NHS and also by social work in the Ayrshires as well. Most of all, it's just guys I found out about and want to come along and give it a shot.
Charity Enable is one of several organisations whose young people are benefiting from the programme.
How long have you been involved with the clan?
Nearly 5 years.
How did you become involved?
Social worker and Enable.
They helped you to...
Yes, find.
Who brought you to the clan? Callum. He came along to watch Callum on a Monday training and just be talking to different folk, started to come every week and then became involved in the training sessions with the boys. And from there on he's come never misses a session. Socially it's brought him on absolutely leaps and bounds. The guys all interact with each other. It's not just a case of that they're with the learning disability crowd, they're with the able-bodied guys as well. They all integrate, they all play together. It's brought them on socially miles. It's been absolutely brilliant to see him. Physically as well. Physically he's filling out, he's far fitter. It's just been amazing.
What would you have been doing if you weren't involved with the clan?
On a Monday evening, probably if it was a good night, maybe going for a walk. Not much else.
Sitting watching the telly?
Sitting watching the telly or playing music. It's brought him on, as I say, leaps and bounds socially. He loves coming. He just wouldn't miss it for anything. There's no question. They say, where are you going tonight? Rugby.
I think it's massive. It's not just the playing and the physical benefits they get out of rugby, it's the social side. Some of the guys were quite individual and didn't interact very well, didn't have great social skills, but now they're going on tour with us, they're staying at a bar after games, they're being social. It's just a good mix for them all, so it's a lot of the social side as well as the actual playing side.
Are you enjoying it?
Yes, Jamie, so far.
No, I'm not. I'm glad when I'm after the bullet.
Andrew, are you enjoying it?
I got it.
Welcome to your tour.
Thank you.
Yesterday because I had to get changed and I left without it. We're open to the vote.
Thank you.
Enjoy the tour?
Yes, the very best. Brilliant.
Best tour ever, man.
Please keep excellent minimum.
Best tour ever.
It was a brilliant tour, Siobhan.
As far as personal development is concerned, out with the game, several of the boys here have done pretty well.
Very much so. We've had boys who have come away with us on tours unaccompanied by any support staff or any carers. It's a first for them. It's the first for some of the boys ever been outside Scotland. We've had boys who've gone into unsupported accommodation, have gone to college, have got jobs. It's building up people's self-confidence, and that's what's really important, and that's how it works. Self-confidence is much easier to work with when you're in a group and you've got a supportive environment around you, and that's where we help build. And because of that, they've come on great steps in their personal lives.
Oh, 2-2-2, that's a plan. That sounds like... Andrew couldn't have made a cup of tea maybe 4 years ago, 3 years ago. Now Andrew can make you a cup of tea. It's just, you know, their skills, their learning skills improve all the time, and it's just because they're getting the input and the supervision to do stuff, and, you know, learning things all the time. And there's not a word, everybody's eating. You want some triangles, Carl? Yes,
Independent living is a major part of the development of the young people associated with organisations such as Enable Scotland. Here, these young men have their own modern homes within the community and only a stone's throw from the town centre and all the facilities the area has to offer.
It's nice. That's his living room, obviously.
Thanks as well, this is great.
Here if it's good, and just sit and chill and do a bit of pottering in the garden, it's great, you know. And that's Callum's next door. Laura's the house after that, and Stephen is my life mate, he's next door again.
After lunch, it's time for a welcome spot of gardening in a local allotment where the group grows plants and crops to the benefit of others.
Just as I say, if it's a nice day and you think, what can we do? There's a book in the shed with, you know, with chores, what's needing done. Or you can come and you can see, right, that needs weeded or this needs weeded, or, you know, I'll maybe speak to the guys in the office and they'll say, well, we're looking to put in onions or whatever, what do you think? So,
are you going to do something today just for...
Well, I really don't know what, I'll have a look in the shed and see if there's anything in the book. Just look to see what the plan is, but I think they've changed the layout. Put in raspberries and black currants and gooseberries last year, but they've maybe had a change of heart and they want rather stuff that's going to grow immediately rather than having to wait. Do you know what I mean, for the trees to mature? So
they can see something coming sort of straight away.
But plus all the food they get, they give to the food bank. Well, the allotment, these 7 plots belong to Enable, or they're rented by Enable Scotland, and the guys have folk coming in to help plant stuff. They've got the raised bed for folk in wheelchairs and things, and the school, they bring the school kids in to do stuff, and they plant potatoes, and last year they put in the greenhouse to do tomatoes and peppers and hot food. You know, stuff.
What happens to the food?
It goes to the food bank. Whatever, you know, when the potatoes are ready, they'll just dig them all up, bag them and take them to the food bank. The same with the tomatoes and things. This is actually only our second year with them, so the guys, as I say, they bring folk in to see what you can do on the allotment, what you can grow, and to give them work experience as well. And it's been, I think this last year was quite a good year for them, and obviously they've done well. They've started this year already, so they seem to be on a roll. There's a list for us to follow, what they need done, or you come and you can just actually see it needs weeded, because it's absolutely just, it could start off with wee seedlings, but there could be hundreds appear at once. So we come and we'll weed, or, you know, I'll phone the boys at the office and say, look, what needs done, what do you need in, and then we'll organise bringing plants or seeds or whatever.
There's a good interaction with the other allotment holders as well.
Very much so. They're very, very nice. Everybody stops and speaks to you, introduces themselves. They swap plants and they'll say, oh, we've got loads of strawberries, have some runners, and they'll pick off the runners and we'll plant them up. And leeks, anything you're not sure of, if you ask the guys that are here all the time at the allotment, they go out their way to be, you know, to help each other, which is lovely. Very nice.
Like all of us, there's no escape from the routine of day-to-day living, and a trip to the shops is next on the list.
Usually asking what they want in the morning. I'll say to them, what do you want for dinner? Andrew said fish, so it's fish tonight and a chicken for tomorrow. Yes. Could we possibly have what usual?
No more. Plain or in red?
Sorry?
Plain.
Plain, please. Yeah, and I'll have we'll pick up bread and milk, any other odds and ends we need for the weekend, and that's it really.
They do all the cooking.
They help, no. We'll prepare food with them. But yeah, they like to help.
Those involved are welcomed with open arms by local shops and businesses.
Cal's been coming in for 2 years now, and he's always cheery and happy, and he's great. And he's always got a smile on his face, and he's doing really well.
So it would seem that with the combination of Enable working with Theclan, there has been a good deal of success.
Now the rugby club would say it's been a fantastic boost for the club as well, just everything that brings the Clan's brought to the club, even players who had stopped playing rugby who've come back and become enablers in the Clan team to help the players with the learning difficulties. So it's had added bonuses that I think nobody expected, so even within the club.
I just think it's amazing what they do, and the guys are so patient, so kind. Nothing's a bother. They go well out their way. Every one of the lads down there have got hearts of gold, and if you see them working with the guys, they're never impatient. They're never, they take their time to go over and over and over again with things to teach them. And if you see the way they're all working together, the things he's doing now he could never have done when we first started just sitting watching.
We need volunteers. When we've got a term we call enablers. Enablers are non-disabled players that play. They enable the play for themselves but also for their teammates. But round about that there needs to be a support network. There needs to be significant others in people's lives that can bring people. It needs to be, we're calling the Clan's Tartan Army. People who support them. Maybe don't want to play but they'll come along and support the guys. They'll maybe support with transport, they'll maybe support with fundraising. So the more volunteers we can get, it makes it, to use that word, sustainable, because if you can get that spirit going, we call it Amphior spirit, which is, Ivor will kill me for my terrible pronunciation of Gaelic, but it means the true spirit. If we can get the true spirit round the team, which is not just the players but the supporters and the Clan's support network, that's what will make a difference, and it will spread the word.
With the actual game you're playing, do you like tackling or?
I like the scrum.
You like the scrum? You in the forwards?
Yes.
What position?
Number 7.
Back row. What about you, Andrew?
Bun. He just likes to be on that pitch and doing whatever he's told to do, don't you? Sometimes. His enthusiasm more than makes up for anything else, doesn't it, Andrew? Absolutely.
My best friend forever.
It's making invisible people visible, which is really what we're trying to do, so it's just awesome. So we want to spread this word. There's a lot of good work going on in England, a lot of good work going on in Wales. It started in Wales. But what we're trying to do is how to make it scalable so that anybody in the world can pick up this game.